Hey everyone, tonight we are doing part 2 of the razor comparison of the Timeless Ti95 and the Blackbird from Blackland. Now, just like before, I'm going to do one side of my face with each razor in order to keep things relatively as close as possible. I'm not using the same soap, but I'm going to go with Barrister & Mann's Oceana. This is in the soft heart base. Still not sure if, I can't remember if the Full Measure of Man is in Soft Heart or Excelsior, but bases are pretty comparable. I tried to get the latter to the same consistency as far as wetness or runniness, so it's fairly wet. Don't know if it's going to be as drippy as my last video. I'm going off again that 24 hours worth of growth. So we'll kind of get that. I don't think this is nearly as wet. I'm not blooping, but you probably could work this a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes. There's my water. All right. Again, using the same brush, the DNA from Craving Shaving. There'll be a link to Charles's Etsy page below, as well as to Barrister & Mann's Oceana. I believe this is still in stock at Razor Company. I know at the time of recording, the Full Measure of Man was still available. All right, we're gonna call that good. This does seem to be not quite as bloopy runny as before with the Full Measure of Man, but it is still pretty good there. All right, so now, as I mentioned, we're gonna switch sides. So the left side will be with the Timeless Ti95, the right will be with the Blackland. So we'll start off with the Timeless on the left. Same blades as I used in the last video. There's some bloops. So I have not used, in reality, I'm shooting this the very next day to get a little bit more of a realistic comparison, but there'll be a few days in between when these are posted. So there's a second use on this blade. All right. Again, this feels pretty similar to last night's video, or last night's shave, or last video shave, same thing. So now we'll go with the Blackbird, because hair growth on this side is just stupid. Definitely more blade feel with this one. The leather's running down the handle. So now I've just fully submerged the razor in the water. And as you can see, it has zero issues. I have no issues holding onto this. There was that sweet spot there. I didn't feel any blade. This still does have definitely more blade feel than the Timeless. but this isn't always a bad thing. All right, definitely runny lather there. All right, initial with the grain. This feels a little not as close as the Timeless, surprisingly. In the last comparison shave, I will say that they both felt even by the end of the third pass. I don't know why I should lather my neck. I don't need to for this pass. But I felt, throughout the day, I felt my face kind of comparing the two. And it felt like the titanium side stayed closer slightly longer than the Blackland. And again, I'm not going for show lather here. I'm going for functional. I'm trying to get as close to what I had last night as possible. This could probably take a little more water, but it's still pretty drippy. So I'm not going to do my neck this pass. All right. Keeping it fair, we'll do that. And like I said, we'll leave the neck. Okay, now, this is the fun part. Oh, because we go I had to think about that for a minute. And let's see, because this hair goes this way. Okay, we'll leave that as is now. Now again, going with where I just shaved. About even. Not too bad. So let's finish up here. Third and final pass. Bloop. You can see that this lather is still pretty little overhydrated. Because it is thin. It's getting on my shirt. It's a thinner lather on my face. I know Bear should make it do a lot better looking lather for sure. Not quite as thin. I hydrated this a little too much probably. But I'm still getting a really good, nice shape. And I'm sure if I worked it more than I'm doing right now, it would be even better looking lather. But like I said, I'm not going for show lather. I'm going for function over look. Okay, we'll call that good. All right. Get rid of that. All right, against the grain, time this on the left. Feels about pretty similar to what it was last night, at least around the neck. There will absolutely need to be some cleanups right here. All right. Just apply a little bit of soap here. Save a little bit as I cut almost my neck again. Okay, that feels really good. And now, hard part is getting this halfway. All right, I think we'll call that. So here again, in the normal trouble spots, a little bit of hair left, nothing too horrible. All right, Blackland. Get a little more blade feel. All right, chin feels good. Definitely more audio feedback with the Blackbird. Especially going there that way, really against the grain. And that really just took it down. Really took it down. I mean, there's not hardly anything there in that trouble spot. All right. Not sure if you can hear that feedback there, but it's loud and I like it. Okay, now, quick rinse. Here, right there, still a bit of decent amount of hair. My neck, right there. And right there's a good chunk. So with that cleanup, let's get that real fast. All right. Okay. We're gonna call that good. Oh, or not. I'll go back here. Okay, don't want to use dragging too much. Don't want to cause any undue irritation. So we just kind of, man, Oceana smells so good. Okay. So now, feeling around, closeness. As far as the efficiency, again, I'd say they're about even. Smoothness, comfort level wise, edge still goes to the Timeless. Now, I don't know if that's simply because it's titanium, it's lighter. I have heard the other versions of the Timeless are not as smooth. Let's get this a little lighter. So you can apply the alum a little easier here. Okay, now this side. Here, where I went back and cleaned up without lather, a little bit stinging there. Rest of the face, or the Blackland side, feels really good. Timeless, again on the neck, a little bit stinging. But that's normal. A little zine here as well, and I had that yesterday. So with that in mind, I will say, in my opinion, that the Blackland Blackbird, at least in stainless, compared to the timeless Ti95 in titanium, if I had to buy just one of these, which one would I buy? As of right now, I give the edge to the timeless. However, if this is out of the price range, you can't go wrong with the Blackbird. Both of these are fantastic razors. Both of them are very efficient. I know this has a 0.95 gap. I don't recall what this is. I will try to annotate that on the screen here. If I can find it on Blackland's site, I believe they list that. They both are great razors, easy to hold, very comfortable. You saw I dunked this in the water, had no problem with slipping. The knurling on the handle is really nice. But if I had to give an edge to one of those razors, simply due to comfort and ease of keeping that angle consistent, that would go to the timeless. Again, however, the Blackland is no slouch. It is a fantastic razor. So much so that if I had not used the timeless, this would be right up there, probably even edge out my above the tie as far as my favorite DE. Still a phenomenal razor. Really, you can't go wrong with either one. So that's my opinion on both of those. Would I buy either of these? Absolutely. I would buy either one of these without issue. But if I had to choose, timeless kind of wins. Blackland, again, no slouch. Still one of these are probably two of the nicest Ds I've used. The above the tie Calypso is maybe third. It's currently out on loan, so depending on when I get that back, maybe do a comparison shave, or depending on how much longer you can hold on to those from the owner. But anyway, guys, thank you again for tuning in. Those are my thoughts and my opinions on the timeless Ti compared to the Blackbird. Now, again, I know I'm kind of comparing apples to oranges with titanium and stainless and all that. It's what I have on hand. So again, not super consistent, not super scientific, but comparing those two to what I have available, that's my conclusion. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.